You're a healer who makes all things new. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not going back, I'm moving ahead. Here to declare to you.
Welcome back to my channel. So as you guys saw from the title, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and this is very, very, very close to my heart. And I think that we need to be aware of mental health all year round. But of course, I know that some people might be paying more attention right now during this time. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to share a little bit about my story. Through my ministry, we will be doing Transparency Tuesdays, and that'll be manifested either through a Facebook post or Instagram post or a YouTube video. So this is just kind of kicking off that series. So of course, since I'm telling some of my story, that is a part of being transparent. I believe that a lot of times people are suffering in silence or just going through things and thinking that nobody else is going through them. And sometimes if we get caught up in social media or the other things that are going on in life and we don't have the full story, we sometimes think that that is reality and that's what's going on, and what we're going through is only us and nobody understands and everything like that. So yeah, so I just feel really called to tell a little bit about my story, and I pray that it connects to somebody and that you all can be encouraged in some way, just in the same way that I have been encouraged throughout my life through hearing people's stories that were similar to mine, that just encouraged me to keep pushing through. So yes, stay tuned. I'm not completely sure where to start, and I chose not to write notes because I didn't want that to hinder me from just flowing with the Spirit and sharing what I want to share, and I didn't want it to stifle me because I would just be looking at the notes or trying to, I just thought I wouldn't be as authentic if I was following notes. So that may or may not turn out to be a good thing because it may just make me ramble, but we will see how this goes. But basically, I am very passionate about mental health for a number of reasons. The first and main reason is because I myself struggle with a mental disorder, and oftentimes throughout my entire life, I have suffered in silence out of shame and embarrassment of thinking that I'm the only person going through it, or just wanting to be normal and not wanting to have to deal with, you know, the stigma and the shame that comes along with it. And so throughout the years, I've opened up to a few people here and there, but for the most part, I just isolated and held a lot of it in. So I was diagnosed at the age of 14 with depression. And this is not the type of depression that, you know, you might hear in a sermon like, oh, you know, pray over that depression, or, you know, cast that depression out, and different things that I've heard throughout the many years preachers use in sermons. And, you know, I believe that they're talking more so about the just the passing depression, that you may be going through a hard time in your life, or you may be going through grief, you may just have lost someone or something, but not like a medical condition. So those are two different things. I think people use depression like in layman terms. Not in layman terms, that's not the right word. People just use depression just freely. And that type of depression is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a medical condition where your brain doesn't produce the right amount of hormones for you to function normally throughout your life. So this is the depression that I have. And it has taken me on quite the journey throughout these last over 10 years of having it. There's been a lot of ups and downs that I have gone through. I have been in and out of the hospital because of it. And I have, in many ways, allowed it to hinder my walk with Christ, and hinder my relationships with people, and hinder my calling in many ways, because I allowed the shame and guilt involving it to just really take me out. And I also dealt with a lot of anger towards God as to why I had to go through this. Like, God, why can't I be normal? Why do I have to go through this, you know? And so there's been definitely a lot of ups and downs dealing with it. And this season, I just have been experiencing a lot of freedom in not being shameful about it. I've opened up more about it, and I'm just walking in the fact that God knows everything and he allows things so that he can get the glory. Like, it's not about me at the end of the day. It's about the fact that I can still praise him through it. Not the fact that, oh, okay, God, well, you know, you should just take this away from me. And, you know, if you don't, then something's wrong. I was really connected by the piece of the Bible that talks about Paul and the thorn in his side. And I think I will go into that in part 2, because I think this is going to be a 3-part series for now. So I'm not going to get into that right now, but I just wanted to open up and share that first part. And I will go into a little more of my story during the next parts. And I'm going to try to split it up so it's not too long, because, I mean, and then I want to sit here and listen to a 30 to 45 to 5-hour video of me talking about stuff. But anyways, I could go on and on and on and on and on. But I basically just wanted to start out expressing that, and I'm going to talk through some of the things that I've encountered throughout my journey and some of the things that I've been through, and also the freedom that God has brought throughout this whole experience, and just the freedom that I'm able to walk in right now. And it is mind-blowing beyond measure. So yes, stay tuned for the next part, and feel free to comment below if you are dealing with depression, and if you just want to open up. We can definitely have just a little discussion and a little mini community in the comment section for us all to just share and just really encourage each other. Only positivity, just to really encourage each other and lift each other up. And especially during this month, just so that we can, really just start to decrease the stigma and decrease a lot of the stereotypes that go along with it. And I'm really passionate about it, and it just goes along with my wellness ministry, because I need to be well from the inside out, and mental wellness is very, very important to our everyday life. So yes, thank you again for tuning in, and check the description box for my website and social medias. And again, come back to see part 2, most likely next week, next Tuesday, for Transparency Tuesdays. All right, have a great one. Bye.